Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sam. Alright, so it's a new month. Happy new month to you guys. Hope you guys had a beautiful January. So right now we're in February and a lot of things are still happening in the crypto space, and we're going to be bringing them to you day after day, week after week, and month after month. Now do make sure you subscribe to the channel and like this video. Alright, so previously we did a video about honest cash is on the Bitcoin Cash network, and this is the video: could honest cash become the next Steemit killer? Well, make sure you watch the video and also like the video, subscribe to the channel. So after the video about honest cash, I personally got a lot of requests, people asking me to talk about EOS, what EOS is, or EOS and Tron, to talk about what they really are, since they're making a lot of moves recently. So today I'm going to be talking about EOS, and later on I'm going to do a video about Tron and also a video about Ethereum. Then later on I'm going to do about a video about the three of them, comparing the three of them, their similarities, their differences, and their trade-offs, but that'll be later on. So today I want to talk about EOS. So what is EOS? Well, EOS is otherwise known as EOSIO. This is a software. EOSIO is a software that EOS uses, right? So there are other blockchains that are using the EOSIO software. So this is the official website of the EOSIO, and it has lots of information here. So it's built to be scalable, flexible, and usable. Now, of course, I think we all know what scalable is, but let me just assume that you don't know what scalable is. Now, when blockchain initially came into being, or when we started using blockchain in most part of the world, and people started building dApps on Ethereum, one of the issues we had was scalability. The blockchain just couldn't take as much users as possible. You see, and we saw that on the first generation of blockchain, and it was a serious issue. So we all cried out, oh, can we get a blockchain that is faster? And then EOS came and was like, okay, we can provide a more scalable blockchain, meaning our blockchain can take more users. That's what the EOS community or the EOS developers, they claim. So that's what I mean by scalability. Now, flexible here means you can actually freeze and fix broken applications. You see, because if you've heard about the DAO hack, the DAO hack was a problem on another blockchain, actually the Ethereum blockchain, and because of how unflexible it is, which also has both advantages and disadvantages. But the disadvantage is that they couldn't fix the flaws, they couldn't fix the problem on the Ethereum blockchain, and that led to massive loss of money in the DAO hack. And also it's usable. So I'll drop a link to this website so you guys can check it out. They also have elemental battles where you can learn how to build games on the Ethereum, on the EOS blockchain, right? So they have a VC funding because EOS raised about $4 billion, right? So they have $1 billion for funding projects that want to build on the EOS IO software. And also they've been having several hackathons where they give out money and encourage people to build on the software, right? So but let's dive right into EOS. But first of all, let's look at the price and the volume and all. So currently EOS is about $2.34, and this is the total supply. Now this supply here is as a result of inflation, right? So that's exactly how it works. EOS increases by 1%, 5% actually. So 1% goes to the block producers, and the remaining 4% is locked up in an account, which might end up being bonds. So I'll give you guys information on that very soon. So this is the all-time high for EOS. It got to about 21, almost $22, and it has really dropped. Now, this is the case for almost all cryptocurrencies in the markets. They've dropped. Bitcoin has dropped from $18,000, so about $19,000 to about $3,000 right now. So this is a general drop in the market. So who's the main guy behind this EOS? And that is who we call Dan Larimer, right? So he's the CTO of Block One, which is the company that built the EOS IO software, and he's also the same guy that built the Steam blockchain. He built and Steam, it's the social network that is built on the Steam blockchain, and he also built BitShares and some other and EOS. Right, so he built Steemit, BitShares, and EOS. Right, so but before we move further, there's a big question that I was asked yesterday, which I'll also try to explain in this video, and that's the question of, is EOS a blockchain? Well, I don't know. I have my own answer, but I'll let you guys do your own research. But let me help you guys with the article. So this company called Whiteblock actually did a research and a testing saying EOS is not a blockchain. And that article, this is the article. So the testing was done by their CTO by name of Zach Cole, this guy right here. So I did my research, as a blockchain analyst and a researcher. I research about almost all kind of blockchains, right? So I wanted to know who this company is, who is behind this company. Are they writing this out of experience, or they are writing this because of opposition or fear? So those were my questions, and I went ahead to research the guys behind Whiteblock, which is this company right here. And guess what I found out? So this is the article right here. Right, this is the article. Whiteblock completes industry first EOS benchmark testing and blockchain investigation. So according to this report, I'll drop a link so you guys can go through it. So they concluded that EOS is not a blockchain, and they did a good job, right? So they did a good job. But we want to find out who is behind this company, so we can really know their intent behind this article. Right, so I did just a little research and about the CTO, who is Zako, this guy right here. Where is he? It's down here. About the company and about Zako. So what I found out is Zako is the Chief Technology Officer at Whiteblock, Testnet Working Group Chairman at Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. Oh, that means Zako is an Ethereum fan. So that's quickly we want to make me just disregard what he's saying, because it will be assumed that he's trying to create 4 articles about EOS. But that article was done in November, but I just wanted to clear that out, So what do you guys think? Do you think he's trying to create fraud, or EOS is actually really not a blockchain? So moving on, I just wanted to clear that. Let's see what EOS has done so far. And remember, we talked about scalability, how that one of the problems we had in the blockchain space was scalability. Blockchains just couldn't scale. So EOS and Tron has really proven a lot of people wrong, and they've adopted, or they've onboarded lots of users into the blockchain space, and they're currently having over 20 to 30,000 active users, daily active users. And if we go to EOS Network Monitor, we'll notice that EOS has done an all-time high of 3996. That means it has had 3,996 transactions per second in its or on its mainnet, and currently that's like the highest in the blockchain space, right? And that's a good one. If we also go to Blocktivity, EOS is ranked number 1. Now this other platform here called Wax is actually using the EOS IO software. EOS is using EOS IO software. Wax is using EOS IO software. BitShares was built by the same guy that built EOS IO software that this blockchain is using. So this software is built by Dan Larimer, Satoshi Nakamoto, and Vitalik. So now the question is, are these transactions inflated? Well, the answer is no, because if we check, there is we have OP that stands for operations, and then we have TX that stands for transaction. And Bitcoin also has operations. Now, what this means is that there are more transactions in one transaction of Bitcoin. I explained this in my other video. So if you make a Bitcoin transaction, you're actually making about 2 to 3 transactions in one transaction. That transaction carries several transactions in it. So that means the actual single transactions on the Bitcoin network is actually lower than this. It could be maybe 3 times lower than this. And the actual transactions on the EOS and Bitches blockchains are lower than this. But because they're adding the different transactions, that is why it's this big and this big and this big for the others. So you want to know the difference, maybe want to know more about transactions and operations, just I'll drop a link to this article so you guys can read it up. So moving on, let's see the number of dApps that are on this blockchains, but today we're talking about EOS. So this is I will just check the top 20 blockchains we have in the world to see which platforms they're using. So the first one is EOS, Tron, EOS, EOS, Tron, 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 EOS, Tron, 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 Tron. As you can see, EOS and Tron are dominating the space. And also this is dap.com, and it also shows the number of users on these different platforms. All right, so now what's the main difference? Someone asks, what's the main difference between EOS and what we had before? Now here's the key difference. EOS is built way differently from Ethereum and from other platforms. Being that on EOS, you can make transaction without fees. You know, it's faster. You see, it has a block time of 0.5 seconds. So that means every 0.5 seconds a block is produced. So these are just some little differences. I don't want the video to be too long, but if you guys have questions or you have observations or contributions, you can drop them in the description. And also this issue of EOS being a blockchain or not, what do you guys think? Do you think the Ethereum guys are trying to create code for EOS, or EOS is actually not a blockchain? Alright, so please do make sure you drop your comments and observations in the comment section, right? And also don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, right? So thanks for watching, guys.